Imagine your children looking like him. How will you feel? You deserve someone better. Little by little, Ifunanya started pushing Chukwuma away. She ignored his calls and found faults in him, just as Addis wanted. Ifunanya and Addis grew up together in the same village, attending the same school, sharing meals, and doing everything side by side. But there was something Ifunanya never truly noticed. Addis always had a way of putting her down. Whenever they talked about marriage or gossiped about others, Addis would boldly declare, "I must get married first. I'm older, and I need a wealthy husband. I will settle down before anyone else." She never missed a chance to belittle Ifunanya, often mocking her appearance. "See you, bone everywhere." She would laugh, pretending it was just a joke. At first, Ifunanya didn't think much of it. But over time, the words began to sink in, making her doubt herself, chipping away at her confidence. She started to feel small, unworthy, until fate decided to rewrite the story. Years passed, and suitors began to come for Ifunanya. But every time a man showed interest, Addis would say something negative. "His nose is too big. He's too dark. He's not even good looking." She never directly told Ifunanya not to accept them, but her words planted doubt in her heart. And so, Ifunanya rejected one suitor after another. Then, one day, a man named Chukwuma arrived in town. He was not the most handsome, but he was kind, well-mannered, and financially stable. He met Ifunanya at the hair salon where she worked and took an interest in her. He visited her family, brought gifts, and asked for her hand in marriage. But Addis was not happy. As usual, she began making sly remarks, carefully planting doubts in Ifunanya's mind, subtle yet sharp words designed to make her lose interest in Chukwuma. Imagine your children looking like him. How will you feel? You deserve someone better. Little by little, Ifunanya started pushing Chukwuma away. She ignored his calls and found faults in him, just as Addis wanted. Addis had secretly befriended Ebuka, Chukwuma's cousin, and wasted no time filling his ears with negative stories about Ifunanya. "Do you know Ifunanya has dated a lot of guys in our neighborhood?" she would say in a hushed but deliberate tone. "She may look timid and local, but don't be deceived, she moves around with all these local boys. And honestly, she's not even fun to be around. No class, no exposure. Do you really think she can measure up to your brother's status or expectations?" Ebuka, swayed by Addis' words, shared everything with Chukwuma. Meanwhile, Addis noticed that Ifunanya was slowly losing interest in Chukwuma, and she seized the opportunity to make her move, trying to prove she was the better choice. She began calling Chukwuma every morning and night, checking on him, asking how his day went, and showing him the care Ifunanya had withdrawn. This went on for a while until one evening, Chukwuma couldn't hold back anymore. Looking Ifunanya in the eyes, he asked,
"Why are you pulling away from me? Did I do something wrong? You don't check up on me, you ignore my calls, and when I try to see you, you always have an excuse. Why are you avoiding me?"
Ifunanya hesitated before replying, "I've just been busy." Chukwuma sighed, unconvinced.
"You may be too busy for me, but at least your friend isn't. Addis calls me every day, checking on me, asking if I've eaten, acting like she cares."
He paused, then added,
"Ebuka also mentioned that she's been saying a lot of things about you. Things I know aren't true. But I trust you, Ifunanya. We've been together for some time now, and I know the kind of person you are. Before I even asked for your hand in marriage, I did my own background checks."
He took a deep breath and continued,
"But Ifunanya, I don't think Addis is happy for you. Just be careful around her. And please, if we want this relationship to work, we need to be more open and intentional with each other."
Ifunanya was stunned. At first, she wanted to dismiss his words, but deep down, they lingered, forcing her to reflect. Then, like pieces of a puzzle falling into place, she saw it, the subtle insults, the discouragement, the manipulation. The truth hit her hard. Addis had never been a friend. Realizing her mistake, Ifunanya turned to Chukwuma, her voice filled with regret. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I let myself get blinded. But not anymore. I promise to do better. I'll do the right thing." Despite everything, the wedding plans moved forward. Ifunanya was careful, but she never openly confronted Addis. On the night before the wedding, she finally asked her, "Are you happy for me?" "Of course. I'm even dating Ebuka now. Next year will be my turn," Addis replied with a fake smile on her face. The wedding took place, and Ifunanya thought everything would be fine. But Addis wasn't done yet. After the wedding, Addis continued talking behind Ifunanya's back. But this time, karma struck. Ebuka, the same man she hoped to marry, grew tired of her attitude. He saw how much she gossiped and how negative she was, and one day, he ended the relationship. That was the breaking point. Furious, Addis blamed Ifunanya for her failed relationship. "You must have told him something bad about me," she shouted. Ifunanya took a deep breath, looked Addis straight in the eyes, and spoke words that silenced her forever. "Do you think I am like you?" she asked, her voice steady but firm. "I am not that friend who goes around spreading lies and saying ill things about their so-called best friend. I am not you, Addis. And I am done with your constant negativity towards me and my family. I can't remain friends with someone who is always envious of me. You wanted to destroy me, but in the end, you only destroyed our bond." Addis swallowed hard, her confidence beginning to crack. "To think that I once considered waiting for you, hoping we'd both find happiness together." Ifunanya shook her head in disbelief. "Yes, I told Ebuka about you, but only to introduce you to him. I wanted us to get married into the same family. I wanted the best for you. Did I ever tell you that?" She stepped closer, her voice laced with pain but also with finality. "But you are just too selfish, Addis." Silence filled the space between them. At that moment, Addis knew she had lost. Not just the marriage she had hoped for, but also the friendship she had once taken for granted. It has been 10 years now. Ifunanya is happily married with 4 children. She has no contact with Addis. And Addis, she never got married. Perhaps it was fate. Perhaps it was karma. But one thing is certain: jealousy destroys. And sometimes, the battles we fight in secret are already lost before they begin. What do you think? Did Addis deserve this ending? Or was she simply a victim of her own jealousy? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories that will leave you speechless.